Don't touch the dial. 98.3 FM. Don't touch the dial.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. Welcome back and thank you for standing by. Happening right now is Mainland Focus. Basically, after the multiple stories that we have reviewed in the papers earlier on, we try to streamline the conversation. We try to give you more insights. We try to give more direction to few stories. But today is different. Every Thursday, there's a twist to Mainland Focus. It means that rather than us choosing the story that we think are of prominence, you, the listeners, get to be the one to pick the stories that you find to be more interesting, the stories that you would like to relate to. You're not restricted to the stories in the papers. If there's anything going on that you would like to bring to our knowledge, or there's a matter that you would like to address on the radio, this is the perfect opportunity for you to do so. But for the sake of those who would like to refer to some of the stories that we spoke about during trends in the papers, I'll do us the courtesy of reviewing some of the stories that were prominent across all the papers. I think that the most common story, of course, is our rising debt profile. A lot of people are worried. Financial experts are worried. The DMO is worried. They're talking about the fact that our budget deficit, our continued borrowing, especially to take care of, should I say, matters that do not in any way generate revenue for the country, is going to cause something of a financial crisis moving forward. And after that, we did address the story of the federal government borrowing $800 million for mass transit and cash transfers. This is the government's attempt to cushion the effects of subsidy removal that would be done in June of 2023, as the budget only covers subsidy till June of 2023. So now, there's been a lot of reactions to this announcement. The federal government going on ahead to borrow money to cushion the effect by means of palliative. They say 50 million Nigerians have been listed. There's a list for vulnerable Nigerians who would most likely suffer the economic impacts more. Cash transfers will be done. Non-cash palliative, such as subsidizing public transportation, is also in the works. This is a short-term, should I say, technique to addressing the problem. This is the first phase, is the first tranche, so to speak. There are many other phases as to how these palliatives will be distributed, and maybe a solution, an overall solution to the problem. But in the meantime, $800 million has been borrowed to help Nigerians deal with the economic hardship that would most likely follow the removal of fuel subsidy. We've also spoken about some of the recommendations of the LCCI, that the government debt is rising. LCCI, they have listed a few ways out. We don't know if this techniques, or should I say these recommendations, will be followed. We also spoke about should I say the Nobel laureate Wale Soyinka. He spoke to devolution of power. He also spoke to the crisis that has been going on in the Labour Party, should I say the obedient movement, with the comments that have been made by the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party. He has condemned it, and he has said that the obedient movement might be one of the reasons the Labour Party were not successful in their bid for the role of presidency. So I think that's really the major stories across the paper. Fuhad, am I wrong to say that that's the story you would like to address?
No. Basically, I'm looking at two issues, and those are the two issues for me. The first is this issue of subsidy removal, and the government securing. We have to go by the choice of words of our editors, securing $800 million from the World Bank to do cash transfers and then support.
That security is annoying you.
And you let us use the words of our editors now. So but the thing is, again, unfortunately, we're in this situation where it's looking, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Again, the fact that the government is securing this kind of money shows that they recognize the fact that if subsidy is removed without refining locally, Nigerians are going to suffer. They know there's hardship that will come with it. How bad the hardship will be, well, we don't know, but it's going to be very bad. Not to sound alarming, but that's just the reality. I just think that the idea of cash transfers and all of these palliatives that they're talking about would only create room for people to steal the country dry. There's no way you're going to be able to manage it. Again, we may just have to look at what happens eventually, but I know that it's not looking good at all. There's no hope on this particular issue. Sadly, we were not able to resolve all of these issues before the election. We have a president-elect now who is hell-bent on remove subsidy. He said it. No matter the process, I'm going to remove it. But wait to see how that goes. I like the fact that we have a new person, a new sheriff in town, as far as the Labour is concerned. Go jail. We know him very well. Somebody that also understands. He was a journalist too, interestingly, who was reporting the oil sector. So he has a complete understanding of what happens in the oil sector, and I like the fact that they're already talking talk. We talked about the fourth estate of the realm and the fifth estate of the realm. And so the organized labor, the civil society, I'm sure they have a lot of work to do to protect Nigerians from this particular policy that is coming. So that's on that. And then on the interview of Professor Wale Soyinka, the Nobel laureate, I agree that we need to devolve power. I agree the agenda setting for the new incoming president, that it needs to devolve power, that it needs to decentralize power. I wait to see how Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu will handle that issue, because he was a proponent of devolution of power too, when he was governor of Lagos State. And even when as senator, he kept talking about the fact that we need to structure the country. So we'll see whether he's also going to hold on to this faulty structure because he wants absolute power. And he will look at the interests of the nation and devolve power properly. So those are the two issues for me.
Well, as it stands, Nigeria has about 46 trillion in debt. Our Ways and Means loan, it has been approved, I think, by lawmakers, 1 trillion naira, driving our budget deficit to about 11 trillion naira. And now we have $800 million that has been secured, in the words of our editors, to serve as palliative following the removal of fuel subsidy. Our total debt might drive up to 77 trillion naira. Don't forget that yesterday we reviewed the papers that debt has gone up by 209% since the start of this administration. What say you about our rising debt profile? What say you about how we are using the monies that have been borrowed? The fact that the majority is going into debt servicing. Are we making the right decisions? Also, what are our plans for revenue generation? That is more or less the conversation that myself and Fuhad has had earlier today. Now, don't forget that you're not restricted to this conversation. You can pick whatever story you like, but if you would like to talk about this, we're just expatiating so that you have all the information that you need whilst you're building up your analysis. The phone number is 0913 6000 410. That is the phone line. For text message and WhatsApp messages, 0913 6000 430. If you would like to participate via social media, go to YouTube, go to Facebook. We're streaming live. Drop your comments there. I'll be more than excited to take your contribution. Let's take our first call for this morning. Please and please, again, I would say that do not abuse the liberty that has been granted to you. Let's have civil, objective, reasonable conversation on radio, please. For the sake of the fact that we are talking on a public platform, I implore you to be kind with your words. Be circumspect with your choice of words. Thank you for your understanding. Let's take our first call for this morning. Good morning. Please try to call us back. The connection is really, really terrible. Please call back. Hello.
John from Oba.
All right, welcome, John.
Yeah. Let me talk about the rural subsidy. It's not a matter of palliatives that will be given to Nigerians that will add or suffer or ameliorate or stop the suffering we will go through. So what? Good morning. There is no amount of palliatives. And why are they not borrowing money to fix our refineries? If they fix the refineries, there will be productive capacity, and there will be automatic employment for people to make more money. Even the foreign revenue that will accrue to Nigerian ports will more be higher. We will not be in debt as we are now. That is number one. As for about Basojo, for what I disagree with you this morning, like I said in one radio station, one you could feel pinch yourself with the needle before you use it on another person. If that guy, when your organ is harvested, I have something now. That guy is somebody's child now. You want to protect your own child at the expense of another person's children and child or children. It's not right now. This is the kind of conspiracy theory, like one doctor was defending in one radio that if Papa Basojo Sawo had not lived to grow up to where he is now, who wish I will support each other. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning for your analysis. Hello, good morning to you. Hello. Okay, please try to call back if you can. 0913-6000-410. And just to be clear, Fuhad never said that what the Ekweremadus did was right. He said that maybe we can leverage on the relationship between Nigeria and the United States to maybe reduce their sentence. We don't know what the judgment is going to be. I think May 5 is when the judgment will come, but it's just saying that maybe the relationship between Nigeria and the United States might help to minimize the punishment. He did not say that they don't deserve to be punished for what they have done. The court has found them guilty of the crime. Let's go back to taking contribution. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes, and God bless you all.
Thank you. And you?
This is Barrister Peter Oku. I'm calling from Mainland.
Welcome, Barrister.
Yes. On this open day, I like to focus on the role played by INEC and the President, Mr. Buhari, in this past election. I take very strong exception on the role played by these two characters, because their role, they are supposed to maintain a non-partisan role because of their positions. But when you look at it, INEC itself that is supposed to be the main umpire, right from the beginning to the end, has been partisan. They have shown that they are tied to the patron of APC.
No, it's open mic Thursday, but that does not mean that you get to throw allegations that you cannot substantiate around. I mean, we had this conversation before we opened the phone lines. Please. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Jalil from Kitsu.
Welcome.
I want to talk on the subsidy remover.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that those people that are saying that subsidy must go, they don't have insight of what is going to happen. So if subsidy has gone now, we are going to be buying for like 750 per liter. And that's like times 4 of the amount we are buying the fuel now. And I'm very sure salaries are not increasing too. So things are very, very hard. That's just the truth. Very, very hard. So if they want to remove subsidy, I'm just saying that let government provide our refinery, they should build refinery for us so that it's going to reduce the stress. That's just the truth. Nigeria, we are going through a lot now. Now, if they now remove subsidy again, we are going through hell. So that's my own take for this month. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your contribution. Hello. Hello. All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Say, how are you?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Fuhad, how are you doing?
He can hear you. He's okay.
Okay, now Peter Monson is my name from Shomolu.
Welcome.
On the whether it's a request, I can call it or order. I don't think it's an order from Lai Mohammed that the European nations should stop giving refuge to IPOB members. I would have advised him to stop doing that, because right from the inception of this government, it has been IPOB. And there was a time they were going around trying to solicit the government of the European nations to attack IPOB, terrorist group. And those people say, no, IPOB is not a terrorist group. That they are freedom fighters. I think they went ahead to mention Boko Haram, bandits, and even Fulani herdsmen, that those were the dangerous terrorist groups. Why are we not hearing, why is he not campaigning on whatever they should do with the Boko Haram and herdsmen and the rest? Why are they still IPOB? See, the point is that the European nations, let me put it that way, have taken their decision concerning. They are told that is not a terrorist group.
You might have to.
Nigerian government says they are. You understand me? Nigerian government says yes. We have proscribed them. They are the ones for Nigeria. So let us stay in Nigeria and say yes, they are terrorist groups. We should not carry it to the European nation because they will not agree with him. So they should say something else. And finally, on Wole Soyinka, can Wole Soyinka beat his hand on his chest and say Peter Obi lost this election fairly if he say he has lost it? Because I believe the matter is still in court. Do you agree with the manual collation of results instead of using Bivas that the INEC chairman promised Nigeria. For me, I will tell our professor, Oga, take it easy. Until after the God, whatever comes up, we will tell that the whole world has told us that the election lacked transparency, lacked credibility, and it was badly flawed. So what do you say about that result? Have a nice day.
It was quite difficult to hear half the things you said, but then thank you for your contribution. Hello.
Very good morning to you, Babalola stage.
Good morning to you.
My name is Prince YS, calling you from Amu Odofi.
Welcome.
You see, thank you. This 18 other million borrow for palliative. They've already borrowed it. But I'm appealing to the president. Give anybody cocoa. Don't give that woman ministry money to give to the people. What you can do, buy a lot of buses to all the taxi states, including Abuja. I allow the Nigerian Labour Congress to manage it. Even though before as it is now, they must move and call the Nigerian Labour Congress, all of us to sit at the round table as personals to return.
Prince Wise, can I ask you something? But it's not just transportation we use PMS for. There are people who use it to run their business and all. So if we buy buses and it's managed by the NLC, that's like a fraction of the problem. That's not really everything.
Oh, that one will solve a lot of problems. Listen, because what these buses, you take it to states, they will subsidize the price. If the public was starting at 40 naira and those will start 20 naira, those majority of Nigeria benefited. And that's a very good thing to do. This is something you are talking about, they must remove it. Why am I saying this? You pay 18 billion naira a day as a subsidy. They are not subsidizing Nigeria, they are subsidizing majority of West African countries. Because corruption that keep us where we are today, instead of selling these goods in Nigeria, they take it to the neighboring countries where they sell higher price. As I'm talking with you now, only Ghana is cheaper than some other African countries. They sold their diesel at the rate of 540 naira per liter. So if we say 200 naira in Lagos, and they take it to the market of Benin, they can make 400 naira, they will take it there. So something to go, and our refinery we have, is to sold it to private body. People like Dangote refinery is coming on board. All the modified refinery is coming on board. Only private body can maintain all these things. Because government can never see corruption may make it not to work. So that's what I said this morning in my direct speech.
All right. Well, have a wonderful day. Thank you for calling. Hello. Good morning.
Morning, Sage.
Good morning to you.
Yes, this is Fuhad from my good day, Sherry.
All right. Welcome.
Yes, I want your colleague, I want to really appreciate him. There is a question you asked him about the letter the Obasanjo wrote to the Britain. And one of the comments he made, he said, Obasanjo is a man of influence. Do you know, my general advice normally to that we should pray that God should increase our influence. Immediately he mentioned that, I said, wow, this is a statement of my general advisor. Truly, Obasanjo is a man of influence. And I also pray that the influence will also work for the favor of Ikurumado. Look, what they did is very wrong. Both him, his wife, and his daughter, all of them are the guilty. But one thing I'll just be looking for that whatever any judgment that the court is going to give to them next month, it should just be on the lighter note, not heavy that maybe spend some several years in prison. So that's my comment for number one. But most of the issue of the argument that could have born this nation is caused by INEC. 100% of the agreement from the PDP, from the APC, and the Labour Party, INEC caused the 100%. The most expensive election in the history of Nigeria. There is nothing to write about it. if the INEC have done the needful, and they be telling us this is what we are going to do, the election is going to be free and fair. Truly, if the people really saw the election that truly true and fair, people will not go to court. Many cases the court across board. Is it the one of Lagos of the governorship that people are denying of voting their mind? People are beating. So whatever it is that happens in this nation, in the issue of election, INEC should take the larger. I'm looking for a day that the INEC chairman himself, they will sue him to court for the breach of contract. That's my take.
All right, so thank you very much for your contribution. Let's pause a little bit for, say, 2 minutes and take our contributions via the other platforms. I'll be reading messages from WhatsApp now. Good morning, mainland crew. Federal government to disburse $800 million to 50 million Nigerians as palliative for petrol subsidy is a joke to me. What happens to the over 150 million other Nigerians like myself? I know the issue of Nigeria's oil subsidy is a clear case of intentional corruption. They should use the money to repair our refinery. Jacob Cole from Bariga. Thank you very much for your contribution. Good morning, and I'm Sam from Magodo. How far will the palliative for the subsidy removal go to reach the people? Why not channel this money to fixing major infrastructure or even fix the refineries that the masses can benefit from? Nigeria government is not ready to alleviate poverty. They prefer to use poverty as a weapon to achieve their selfish desire. All right, Sam, thank you. Former President Obasanjo is pleading for Senator Ekweremadu's pardon is a reflection of what we are in Nigeria, where justice is subverted and abandoned. Can Obasanjo tell me if Ekweremadu case happened to be for an ordinary Nigerian? Can he plead on his behalf? I urge the former president to please extend that his olive hands of pardon to other Nigerian citizens languishing in various country prison. Abina because na dem Chika Bende from Trade Fair Lagos. Well, he's not asking that the charges be thrown out. I don't think he can do that. He's asking for post subsidy that's going to start in June. Why is this current administration going to terminate him? I don't understand what you're trying to tell me here. Secondly, if you want to give money to the so-called vulnerable people, what becomes of the middle class? Some of us graduates have no job. We travel a lot in search of work and other things. So no one should remove subsidy till our refineries are fixed. What is even the percentage of the beneficiary by the total population of Nigeria? Joshua, I don't get the first paragraph of your message, so if you can resend it to me, I would appreciate that and tell me what exactly you mean. So let's go back to taking phone calls now on Facebook and YouTube as we are streaming live.
Yeah, my name is Don Peters.
Welcome.
I'm calling you from Firstack.
All right.
You see, hearing Nigerians talk and hearing the government talk, I always have mixed feelings. I cry and I laugh at the same time. I cry because so many Nigerians don't understand what is going on. And I laugh because also it's so entertaining. What am I trying to say? Government want to give Nigerians money for palliative, for removing fuel subsidy. It's very funny, very laughable. Anyway, if I'm to collect any palliative from them, my palliative is this. I need 24 hours power supply. Our refinery, the 4 refinery we have, will be working to the highest optimal capacity. Number 3, there should be fertilizer for farmers for the next 50 years. Okay? Number 4, all the roads in Nigeria, all the roads should be tied. Number 5, our aviation should be working. Okay? I can be able to fly from here to Enugu, my home state, for 30,000 naira as I used to. When they do all these things, they can now remove the subsidy. Why do I say all these things? Somebody said we should go and buy bus. Do you know that small scale industry buy gas and fuel to power their industries? Do you know that hairdresser buy gas and fuel for their work? Do you know that all these barbers buy this? Even you are studio there, you buy gas. Is the boss going to serve in your studio? You know, when some people began to talk on
let's
radio,
move on. Yeah.
It's very funny. It's very funny. We are talking about to run a nation here. There is no country in the world that do not subsidize one or two things for their citizens. So what are we talking about here? They are removing subsidy, good and fine. What will Nigerians be benefiting? What are they going to be subsidizing for Nigeria? Yet they are collecting their extra code. They are collecting their wardrobe allowance. They are collecting their salary.
Thank you.
They are collecting everything, those in government.
Thank you
but
very much.
The citizens are not collecting anything.
Thank you.
It's very funny.
Right. Let's allow other people speak as well. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. It's Abdurrahman calling from Snake Island.
All right, welcome, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, I want to talk on Obi denial of his audio tape that leaked out. Hello?
You want to talk about what?
The Peter Obi audio tape that leaked out, which he denied.
Okay.
I'm quite sure that any reasonable man will know that that voice is Mr. Obi's voice. If you can come out and deny it openly, that shows he doesn't have the integrity to rule this country.
There was no denial per se. They're just saying that the message of the audio clip was misunderstood. That's what was said.
It's not misunderstood. He say he declare a war, a religious war there because Tinubu carry Muslim ticket. I think on that note, we have another election coming 2027. I will see how we go and preach to the northern voters.
All right. Thank you very much for your participation in this conversation. Let's go back to taking contributions. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you. Thank you for joining us. Your name?
Yes, Amma from Congo.
All right, Omar.
Yeah, open to the right.
Yes, it's open mic.
Okay. You see, some days ago, Mr. Lai Mohammed was telling the world the reason why INEC failed to upload the presidential results. And this information was something that INEC said to give to us. You know, the last time I checked, I think Lai Mohammed was still the Minister of Information, not the INEC mouthpiece. That is that. Then coming to the giving Nigerians, I think 5 million Nigerians.
50 million, yes.
You see, for me, I've been in this country for over 40 years. I've never seen anything that the citizens benefit from this country. You see, I think this move, for me, is just a last minute for people in government to do the last minute chop for the last few months that they have to stay in office. This thing is just dead on arrival. So I don't think this is going to go well for Nigerians. It's just for them to benefit for themselves. That's what I think.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for your thoughts. Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Morning to you.
This is Timothy calling from Monjo.
Welcome, Timothy.
I greet Ogafu as good morning, sir.
He's with you. Good morning.
Okay. All right. I want to talk on some issue this morning. You know, the problem we have in this country is that we love to have good things. We love to have good things from our government. They have to install proper government to have those good things. It's our problem. Because of sentiment, tribalism, and religion bigotry. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
See, leadership is the problem we have in this country. If we can get this leadership right, every other thing follow. But when we see a person that cannot perform because of sentiment of religion and tribe, it's my brother, it's my own, and you store him there, at the end of the day, you start lamenting, complaining. God will not even hear your problem, he'll hear your prayer. See what is happening now. For the 8 years now, Buhari is total waste and mess. Okay, they want to remove spoil subsidy. At the end of the day, they want to go and borrow again to subsidize for our transport and this, that. How do they know the vulnerable poor Nigeria that they want to distribute money to? And at the end of the day, they borrow this money, it will be on our debt quota, they will absorb the money. Are you with me? Okay, see what Professor Olushika said, that Obi movement is toxic. Why can't he condemn what APC has been doing? The way they rig election in Lagos, that they prevented other tribes to vote, even in the
The
See,
matter has
listen to
improved.
me. I'm coming. I know. See, if you want to speak the truth holistically, not just on one session. And if now, as another statement, I respect it so much. Let it come out clean. See, okay, I want to tell me all those people that have been making some kind statement that is not okay in the APC. They are not. They are good.
He
And the
was
way
asked the question.
I'm coming. Let me quickly use my time.
He was asked
The
the
way
question.
INEC read this election that they do not transmit results.
Thank you.
Is it good?
Thank you very much.
Let me land with this.
It's 2 minutes allotted. I've given you
I'm
extra
coming.
time.
Nigerians, we are going to suffer bank robbery.
Thank you. That's enough. That's enough. It was an interview. He was asked a question and he addressed the question that he was asked. I don't think it's possible to address all the problems of the nation in one singular interview. So that's enough. Please, let's stick to the 2 minutes that have been allotted to us. We don't have to do this every Thursday where we are tongue watching each other. All right, just do what you have to do. Of course, express your displeasure, but then again, just choose the right words. You can get your message out there without, being verbally toxic. You can do that. It is possible. We do so every day on radio. So please, let's be very careful. That's all I can say. Thank you so much for your understanding. Let's work together. Hello.
Hello.
Morning to you. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, Joe from Barrages.
Yes.
Fuhad, are you on the line?
He's not.
Okay. What I want to say is about, you see, we are owing a lot of money. And Nigerian government went and borrowed another $800 million. How do we reconcile these problems? We're into trouble. I want to put more trouble on our head. And then the new government that is coming, very soon now it will come. And then there is no money for him to function. So I cannot imagine. Is it that we have run out of ideas or what in Nigeria? We don't understand this type of government at all. What is the problem? Some time ago, you gave a woman 800 billion to feed the children. And then in the September, nobody asked about it up to today. I don't understand this type of government in Nigeria. I'm very sorry.
Thank you for your contribution. We appreciate you calling in. Hello. Hello, you're live.
Hello, Madam Faith.
Yes, morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you,
Mr.
sir.
Fuhad. Good morning, Mr. Fuhad. You are there.
He can hear you. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah. My name is Michael from Ikeja.
All right, Michael.
I want to say something concerning the press subsidy that you are talking about.
Okay.
I want to ask the so-called President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Did he forget? I think forgot when he was telling our former president, Goodluck Jonathan, that press subsidy is a scam, that our former president is a thief. So why do you want to remove press subsidy now? That's the question I have for him. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Stage.
morning.
Yes, my name is Sheriff calling from Kitu.
Welcome, Sheriff.
Yes, I really want to address the issue of borrowing $800 million dollars for palliative. Honestly, I don't know how these people sit down to conceive this kind of decision. I mean, it's right from the start, you know that this is not just going to affect anything. But they still go ahead. From your analysis, from you and Fuhad's analysis, top to bottom, you find that looking at it from every angle, it is just a complete waste. And they still go ahead and fool us as if they are doing something. I mean, Nigerians are sensible enough to know that this is just a scam for people just to get easy money. And secondly, the issue of subsidy removal. From the beginning of the issue, it is faulty. Now you are implementing a policy that is even beyond your own administration. Why don't you do it when you were still in power? Why June? I don't know whether you and Fuhad have discussed that. Why June? Why put the burden on another administration? It's inconceivable. You set up something that is not achievable and then put it on the next administrator. And that's from beginning, it is faulty. And then secondly, it is not possible for any government to revive those refineries except if they privatize it. It is not possible. It's obvious that this government doesn't have money. Revenue is dwindling. Stop God.
Thank you.
All the parastatals into the refinery and it works perfectly.
Lassa, he says, Sage and Fuhad, you would ask us to be cautious with our choice of words, but it's getting so bad with our country. Our leaders do not know what to do to move this country out of the situation that we have found ourselves. Just imagine going out to borrow $800 million for palliative, which these politicians would probably steal. Why didn't they think of borrowing to have a new refinery? Seriously, we are ready to sacrifice to go on a trip. The world is now a knitted village, and we don't need such statements on our international platform to add to the condition of the state. With due respect to Professor Wole Soyinka, he's completely wrong to have said that the obedience contributed in Obi losing the election. Against his position, I believe that the obedience created a movement that challenged the narrative set by these generation of politicians. They enjoyed the good political structure of great political minds like Pa Awolowo. It's quite sad that Soyinka has decided to toe this path. I'm sorry, Sage. I'm sure that you will not be happy with some of my words this morning, but Nigeria is getting really bad. We travel to other countries and see what it looks like. I'm really sad. Thank you very much, Godwin, for your message. I know that you saw how much of your message I had to literally cut out, or practically cut out, but then I'm glad that I was still able to get your message out there. Thank you, Godwin, for your message. Good morning, my beloved station, Mainland FM. My name is Pastor Sunday from Magboro. I am not a Mr. Obi supporter, but the way and manner the ruling party and their media personnel are attacking Mr. Obi because of the statements that he made shows the Labour Party might have won the election. Okay, that's according to you. The federal government and Mr. Lai Mohammed are aware that the APC didn't win the election. We don't know that. It's up to the courts to decide. On borrowing to pay palliative for subsidy removal, I strongly condemn it. For how long will the palliative be paid to Nigerians? Happy Easter in advance. Same to you. Thank you so very much for your message. Let's check other ones here. Abraham Ayotunde from Oshogbo, Osun State says, most small-scale businesses won't survive if subsidy is removed from fuel. There will be an increase in transportation and foodstuff. How will Nigerians survive? The government should have sympathy for us. Good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you very much. Hi, Mainland FM. On the issue of subsidy removal, I don't think people are looking deeply on the negative effect once it is removed. Take a look at the impact of scarcity that happened in the last 3 months when prices of fuel increased, which led to an increase in transport costs, and this alone had a domino effect on the price of goods and services, which negatively affected the middle class and poor class. Please let the narrative of buying buses up and down be left alone for now, as we need to start. No. Good morning once again, Obama from Dokwemu. Thank you so much for your messages. Keep them coming in, but for now, let's go back to taking phone calls. Hello.
Babalola.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome,
you
sir.
picked my phone before you cut it off.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It wasn't intentional.
All right. I just want to talk about the excessiveness of Okada rider.
Mm.
Now, like what happened in Ijesha. It is not only Ijesha. You remember that it has happened in Nigeria where a DPO was killed.
Mm.
Lagos State government should wake up to their responsibility. Election is over. You see, Lagos is not a dumping area. Lagos has to be sanitized. You see, look, most of the area they say they ban, they have already come back to the, to the street. So, you see, they cannot be sacrificing police life because of the law. So Lagos State government, stood by the police, let them be firm with the rule they put on ground. And in fact, most of the places they said they have not banned, they have migrated to that place. We can't, that's Agege, Alimoso, they have messed up all the area. So Lagos State to wake up to the Okada is not compulsory. In Abuja, there's no Okada. Even in Kano State, there's no Okada. So look, Lagos State stood by their, by their position. Enough is enough. Have a nice day.
Have a better one. Thank you so much for your contribution. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. I know I've said that multiple times, but then again, go on there, go to the social media platform, Mainland FM 98.3. Don't just watch what's going on in the studio. Do well to like, do well to follow our pages so that you can stay up to speed with happenings in the country, as most of the conversations definitely continue on those platforms. You can also drop your contribution in case you're unable to reach us via the phone line, Mainland FM 98.3. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Yes, good morning.
Yeah, you have Chief Pagwadi. You are calling from Congo.
Welcome.
Yeah, I want to stop from where Professor Oleshoyinka stopped and put up and the evidence. And I want to say categorically that, just like that Baba said, we were warning this evidence on this station that time that the way they were going, that they would be reducing the number of fellowships for people. Indeed, after the election, the primary of the party when I got the ticket of APC, if I remember the number of persons, the states they are treating against the president-elect, and we were warning them about the consequences. After that, it took the government to now capitalize on religion, Muslim ticket, and this all manner of things, and we are warning them on this station. So the result has been out for their action, and it baffles me that you can remember that the other day you was in your station about 2-3 days ago, and he spoke, he was the campaign manager, spokesperson for Atiku, and he analyzed how they lost the election, PDP, that came second, lost the first election because of the effect of the fact of people from that party. In fact, we listened to all these analyses, and his demand that is directly involved. And he said they accepted that defeat in this case. They came second. Peter became third. And it baffles me that with this analysis, does it contain any logic that you can bring election from third position to fourth, when even the president that came second is not complaining. So you will know that this is the election that they are talking about. There is a big reason to this.
Thank you.
You know, the issue of
it's just 2 minutes. It's just 2 minutes. It's just 2 minutes. All right, please. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Sage. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
There.
Yeah, thank you.
Engineer here from Yaba.
Welcome.
Well, subsidy removal or no subsidy removal, the borrowing or no borrowing. They said they got it. I want to believe it is a donation. But if it is not donation and way of borrowing,
it's a loan.
I think this administration is not masses oriented. The only law they just said that is because of palliative. Let them tell us what they want to do, use the money to do, because it is not go down with even the poor masses. They will just share it like that. And I want to charge the new incoming government, we don't want to toe this same line. All these shenanigans should stop outrightly. We don't want it. And concerning Babalola Soyinka's word, he's right. I don't know as a politician that LP is going even worse than that of Aga, Afuga, or Lupi. All these things they are, that's what they were. Because some people don't talk, and some stations, I don't know why the broadcasting station, NBC is not even cautioning some of the stations. In the night, in the morning, they are on the same program, trying to defend what happened during the election and all that. Election has come and gone. Justice, and all this. Who has the monopoly of justice? There is local justice, there is state justice, there is national and international justice. Let people know that justice is subjective. And let us know that we are one nation. We want to go together. Let us go together. Let us take away sentiment out of our reasoning. Let us be ready to move Nigeria forward.
Thank you.
God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you. Our last call for today. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Your name, please.
My name is Ifoma. I'm calling from Ejibo.
All right, welcome. Please go ahead.
You know, I'm always saying people should be careful of what they are saying. Somebody, how can Wole Soyinka just jump out and be saying something negative instead of him to be calming everybody's nerves down? Just like he was talking, calling Jonathan's wife names before. He has hid himself, he has come out again. All these elderly people, they should calm nerves of young people down so that Nigeria will move forward. They should stop talking. Because if P2B has gone to the court, everything they are doing is P2B has become a terror to the kingdom of APCO. So what will happen is that they should allow the court issue to come up, and they should stop talking. Somebody said, how can number 3 person complain? Somebody can carry the votes of number 10 and give number 1. It's possible. What we are saying is that let the court decide and let everybody stop abusing people and talking anyhow. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. That's it for phone calls for this morning. We'll spend the next 2 minutes going through the messages that we have gotten so far. Back to WhatsApp. Good morning, Mainland FM. I want to say, if truly they want to give palliative to take care of removing subsidy, let them pay that money to companies that would either repair or build new refineries. They want to increase the price of fuel, and they say they will share money to us. They will add money to it and then buy fuel, then import it to us. Or G from Ijesha sent that particular message. All right, thank you very much. Good morning. On the palliative issue, the woman that has not been able to successfully manage the economy of this country wants to share money. What is the sharing formula? Where is the Abacha loot? How do you determine the poor people in society when Nigeria is the headquarter of poverty? These are the questions I want to ask her before sharing the money. Can't you fix the refinery and stop sharing money, please? Sam from Ota. Fixing the refinery is not exactly her duty, but I totally understand what you're saying. Good morning, Sage. I think it's proper if you correct some of your callers understanding about few things. The 800 million is a grant and not a loan. Let them know the difference. Grants do not attract interest, but plus the condition that it must be used for the purpose it was granted for. They believe that only one administration can come in and fix Nigeria in 8 years is also impossible because government is a continuum. It will forever be in record that the PMB built second Niger bridge, built more railway. The new president-elect will continue his quota and leave it for the incoming government. Meshole from Ikeja, I apologize if I said your name inappropriately. Thank you so much for your message. All right, thank you very much. Let's go back to another message here. Good morning, radio. Now you can see, after all the plenty talks over the years, what the problem our leaders have put us into, with corruption on the very high. A group of people believe they own Nigeria and are trying to determine Nigerians' fate. Now that they don't know the solution to these problems, people are affected negatively and they continue to face hardship. Someone would bring policies that do not correlate with the present condition, and I'm still amazed how people again would still sell their conscience and support these leaders and not think about the future. Even if on the interim they will be affected, they sure have relatives that will be affected negatively. I don't want to imagine the era of fuel subsidy removal. We witnessed how the just concluded cash crunch affected Nigerians. Well, I know God is still on the throne and will come to our aid. Andrew from Yaba. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, Sage. There is a saying. This is a very long read. I might not be able to take this. My apologies. Good morning, Sage and Fuhad. Hope Sandra is fine. Yes, she's perfectly fine. Well-deserved rest is what she's taking right now. The bitter truth is that some set of obedience can be toxic, but they wouldn't want to hear it. Federal government borrowing is becoming unreasonable. How do you borrow to dash out money to people? I hope and believe Tinubu will build a functional refinery. Joseph from Ogba. That is all the contribution we can take so far. Thank you so much. I know that a lot of you are still calling. I can still see a ton of messages on here, but the conversation will continue tomorrow. Thank you for your participation. We definitely appreciate you. We're going to go on a break right now. Right after that would be Creative Nigeria, so stick around for that informative show. My name is Sage Babalola. You're still on to Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
When the airwaves in your